it's very important for us to have that uncomfortable conversation with our kids, with our young adults, with each other, with our family members, and talk
Yeah.
about health, because anxiety is steady increasing. I see so many educators as functioning with anxiety. I mean, May is like the worst month for teachers. They're like in the fourth quarter with 1 minute left, and they're barely making it.
Wow.
And it's sad because you only get 10 sick days a year as an educator.
It's not enough.
You get any sick days for mental health. You have to use the 10 you have. And once those 10 are gone, that's it.
That's it. You got to start tapping into your vacation time. Yeah.
We have people coming to work who are barely making it. So we have to talk about this uncomfortable conversation about mental health. We have to let our kids know and young adults know that you are not crazy. You're not weak. You don't suffer in silence, depression, anxiety, stress. It also leads to separation because people start to separate themselves from people. And Arlana, I think, when she tore her ACL completely, she got behind in classes. She didn't tell us. I found out later she was taking 6 classes. And I was like, I thought you were taking 4 like you took in the fall. 6 classes.
Yeah. Pushing herself.
Yeah.
Really pushing herself.
She said,
you know, I don't mean to cut you off, Jan. There's, as you were talking, I was just thinking to myself, one question I want to ask you was like, you said that you didn't really, that she did a good job of hiding it, right? And check on your strong friends. And I think I told you before, we have a mutual friend, Chad McDavid, and his brother took his life. It was last year, I think. And
it was 4 months before Arlana.
4 months before.
January.
He told me the exact same thing. He said the exact same thing. He said, man, you got to check, because I know that was his brother was his hero. I mean, I remember when we came to Northwestern in 1988, and his brother would come down and hang out with us on the weekend sometime. I mean, he was several years older than us, but like Chad always talked about his brother. That was he was his idol, So I can't even really put myself in the shoes of what that must be like for him, having to go through that, right? So you said the same thing as he said. When you told me that, I said, man, guess what Jan told me? She said the same thing. Y'all both said it's because these are both strong people. His brother was a strong guy. Your daughter was a strong woman, right? Strong young lady. So, in retrospect, like I'm just imagining, like, I'm sure you probably combed through every text message. You listened to everything. I mean, every video chat, everything to try to see, where did I miss it? Where was she saying something and I just didn't hear it? The other thing is, it makes you wonder, why do people feel like they have to pretend? Why do you feel like you have to pretend that things are okay when they're really not? And I think some people may not know. They think it's gonna pass. Like, I feel this way today, but you know what? Everybody has their down days, but after a few days, after a week, a couple weeks, and you're still kind of in this down, you probably should say something to someone. And to your point, your friends and surrounding yourself around people who are willing to have the courage to step up and check on you and say, hey, you good? You kind of a little bit like not how you normally are. What's going on with you? So I think that's really, really great. So as you went back through your and you recollected everything, nothing came up where you said, you know what, this is a sign here. I just missed it. That's scary. That's scary that you didn't, because I mean, moms are really tuned in with their kids. Like, in a lot of, moms are really tuned and they hear things that dads don't normally hear. So the fact that she hit it so well that you didn't hear it, and you're an educator, so you're even trained to hear more than most people, right? And you missed it.
I think she did that on purpose. I think Arlana knew extra. And I really believe that she wrote that letter because she knew that I would be proactive and try to help someone else. And I believe she knew that I needed closure. So she left a personal letter for me in her car explaining to me that she said, Mom, I was in so much pain. She said, I was just hurting. And I was like,
was she talking about physical pain, Jan, or was she talking about emotional pain? What was she talking about?
Mental pain, emotional pain. I was like, what in the world are you? I'm just like, I just saw this kid Sunday. This happens Wednesday. She was goofy clowning at the cheer banquet. And I was like, she was the first one there, the last one to leave. And I was like, wow. What did I miss? And my pastor told me, and I had to just stop. He said, you can't keep analyzing and keep trying to figure out something internal because you never analyze it. And he said, and it's hard, but it's simple. Forgive God for taking your loved one. there's nothing I can do. I used to go to her grave every day, and one of my friend girls was like, "You gotta stop." And my pastor, and he said, he's like, if you want to go see that grave, go outside and look at the dirt in your back of your yard. And I was like, what? He was like, it's the same dirt.
Just imagine, yeah.
I was like, I think it was part of my healing. I would go just like every day, and I just wanted to talk to her. I took 3 months off from work. Brad, I can't even tell you what I did this time last year. Besides, I would get up every morning and take a walk for about an hour, hour and a half. I would just walk.
Yeah.
A man-made lake in the neighborhood we stay in. I would just walk it. And so what we did, and I'm so grateful for the city of DeSoto, we started our first annual walk for mental health, walking out the stigma. We had it the first weekend in May, the first Saturday in May, and it was in honor of Arlana. And if I know you read a lot too, it was saying that if you're feeling depressed or stressed, take a walk. Just a simple, long walk. And then it also says write your thoughts down in a journal. So this month, Arlana's journal will come out. And then next month, her book will come out. Brown Girl Resilience is doing her book. And in the book, Arlana will tell people strategies to help them deal with anxiety, depression, and stress. So we're trying to stay proactive and help as many people as we can.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone else to get the phone call that I got.